I'm going to jump in over on NVDA on the long side, trying to get a bounce off the VWAP area. I see the S&P 500 starting to move itself on up. I'm going to jump in on some shares over on NVDA for a spike back on up towards around like 179 or so. So we are seeing the S&P 500 starting to push itself on up here. I do think, again, the S&P 500 is going to run up towards a new high of the day, and that's where I think NVDA is actually going to start spiking up very high with it. So I am jumping in. Just got filled 2,443 shares over on NVDA. Got filled at 177.99. This is a nice chunk of a change right here. So this is a bigger, again, entry. I am watching for the S&P 500 to spike on up through a high of the day. If the S&P 500 can spike up through a high of the day, NVDA should run all the way up towards 179 or higher. So I do have 2,443 shares on this play. It is a big chunk of change here, but with the S&P 500 starting to spike on up towards, again, these highs, I am expecting to see NVDA rip up with it. So I'm trying to be able to make maybe $2,000 off this trade. Here comes the S&P 500 at this moment, guys. Still, again, looking for that possible breakthrough. S&P 500 high of the day is 402.77. Right now we're at 402.66. NVDA not getting the kind of the rip and run that I want just yet. We're only up $103. But the S&P 500 just sitting right next to its lows, or excuse me, right next to its highs. And that's why I'm watching this one very closely, seeing if we're going to be able to get that breakout. So S&P 500, still watching this one. Spike on up. We just got up towards 402.66. We have to get up towards 402.77, rip up towards those new highs, and that's when we'll start seeing that nice breakout. And we're so close to that area, that's why I think it's just going to happen. It's like we're so close to that area, that's why I believe it's going to happen. Right now we're actually having a little bit of a pullback. I do have my entry at 177.99. S&P 500. Watch for it to try to bounce off again 402.35. Remember how strong 402.35 was? I don't want to go underneath 402.35. I want to stay above 402.35. Right now, NVDA, a little bit of a pullback at this time. NVDA, as we know, we do have the VWAP as our main support line. One of the main reasons why I jumped in on this play, because we do have it as our main support line. S&P 500 underneath 402.35. May have to be smart here and again sell my shares if we do not get above 402.35. I know the VWAP is still good over on NVDA though. NVDA still has the VWAP at what price? 177.50. If that gets weak, I got to sell. If that gets weak, I got to sell. I got to move on. I'm not going to take any sort of unnecessary large loss for no reason. So I am, again, just staying smart here. I do have the VWAP right again at this area at 177.55. Looking for, again, NVDA to be able to break through that 180 mark and start taking on off. Or again, 178 and start taking on off. Every trade I talk about, I just want to explain it. I want to make sure everyone knows exactly what I'm doing. So you guys can see right here, for anyone that's confused in any sort of way, my entry at this moment is 177.90. You can see that the VWAP is holding on up at 177.50. That would be the best area to be able to get filled on this play. I know that the stock market, the S&P 500, is looking for a brand new high. If the S&P 500 breaks through the price of 402.77, that's where everything's going to rip and run with it. We'll see Tesla go on a very nice spike and start climbing its way on up. We'll see NVDA go on a very nice spike and start ripping its way on up. We'll see Apple and Amazon start going on a very nice spike and ripping its way on up. But right now, the S&P 500 needs to get above the price of 402.77 to start getting that hype. And right now, the S&P 500 is not at that area just yet. There is getting a little bit of rejection here. So let's keep our eyes peeled on it. A little bit of rejection over on the S&P 500. NVDA at this time currently sitting right around that trend line, or excuse me, right on that VWAP area. Just want to see if we have any sort of lines of support. Still good. Still fine. You can see bounce play off the VWAP. Still fine. Just want to make sure everyone knows exactly what I'm doing. No confusion with any trade that I make. No confusion with any trade that I make. Want to make sure everyone knows exactly what I'm doing at all times. NVDA. Still getting that nice little bounce here. Still above the VWAP. Currently down again $400 on this play. S&P 500. We need to see this one again run up towards those new highs. Giving it some time. Obviously, blue chips don't work, within seconds like penny stocks do. You guys can see my trade, see exactly what I'm doing. See every single move. Looking for NVDA to be able to break through that 178 mark and run up towards, again, like that 180-ish area. S&P 500 still just sitting right around that 402.35 mark. My cost basis is 177.99. So right now I'm currently down about $100, starting to get back into the green. Let's see if we can run here. We got, again, NVDA sitting right around 178. Nice little bounce off the VWAP. So far, check off a box. Check it off. Bounce off the VWAP is complete. Let's see if we can run now. We got bounce off the VWAP. That's complete. Next box we need to break. Break this downtrend. See this little downtrend that's starting to form? If we break above, I would say the price of 178.20, that's going to, again, confirm that we are breaking this downtrend. We are getting confirmation that this trend line is still holding up, though. We have confirmation that this trend line or this downtrend is still holding on up. We need to break this line. Let's get a break of 178.20. That's going to be another check off the box and another positivity for us. You know, something positive showing us that we can move on up. So we got to get back above 178. Start, holding this play. Start getting that rip and run. We got the S&P 500 back above 402.35. That's what I like to start with. And let's see if, again, NVDA can break this downtrend. Break the downtrend. We're currently up $300. Let's see if we can keep on ripping and running. Break through, again, 178.20. Break through 178.20. That's going to be another check on the box. We're about 10 cents away from breaking through that area. We got the S&P 500 coming back up towards, again, 402.50. Here we go. Guys, we got NVDA. Check it off the box, baby. Check it off the box. Ding, ding. Now, again, we got NVDA. We're currently up $1,100. Notice we just broke the downtrend, and we have the S&P 500 now coming on up towards these new record highs, which, again, 402.79 high of the day. We're looking for that pop on up. So we can take a look at the S&P 500, 402.74, 402.79. Let's see if we can break through, again, 402.79. We're about to have a brand new record high, or not new record high, high of the day. We still have 402.70. We got NVDA at this moment, still looking for that pop and that move on up. The goal is to be able to get all the way up towards, 179 or higher. Currently up $1,700 over on this trade. Here comes the S&P 500 looking for that new high of the day. We're about to get it, and we just got a brand new high, and we're starting to move up a little bit better at this time. So we got some good action. Currently up $1,800, $1,900. NVDA crossing the $2,000 mark. Hit it again, boys. Bing, right there. And now we got the S&P 500 really starting to rip. S&P 500 starting to climb, currently up towards 403 at this moment. NVDA still looking good as we're coming up towards around that 179 mark. Currently up $2,250 at this moment. We're looking for the 179 break over on NVDA. We do have a total at this time of 2,443 shares. NVDA is looking very solid. S&P 500 is having one of its best runs today. One of its best rallies at the moment. Currently up $2,500 over on this trade. You guys can see absolutely everything. Here's every entry that I made over on NVDA as well. I don't hide anything. You guys can see every single P&L made at this time. We got the S&P 500 still going. NVDA is still trying to rip on up towards around these 179 areas. I am going to start taking some sort of gains because I am up $2,500, and that's just called being smart, right? So we are going to start locking in some profits. I currently have 943 shares left, and I am going to lock that in. Here we go. We got, again, a little bit of left. We got 843. Whoopsie. Let me put that on back. Sell that right here. 602. Sell that right here. And we got 182 shares left at this time. And let's sell that right here. Ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm not out yet. Hold on one second. And we got to sell this out right here. And we got, hold on. We still got 100 shares right here. And we got, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gather up, gather in. Because I'm only going to say this once. You paid for a ticket. Everyone got their admissions. And I promise I won't let you down. Welcome to the #1 virtual show in the world. And I'm not talking about your weird little OnlyFans account show. That's different. I'm talking about stock trading. Keep your mind out of the gutter and into the game, you absolutely filthy animals. Plan it out. Execute. Plan it out and execute.